Hello everybody, my name is Nick and you're watching for the Leet unboxing video for the Godox S30. Now first thing, when we open the box, if we can open it, here we have instruction booklet, warranty card. Here we have the actual S30. And here we have a few other things. Let's see how we open this. Here we have a 50 centimeter power cord and USB cable. And we have here this adapter. This is for tightening this bolt here. And what's this? Do we have a power brick? No, it's in the other side. Okay. Here we have a power brick. Yep. And what's here? Here is the lithium battery box. Yes, so do we have a battery as well here? No. Here we only have basically the charger in a sense. And here we have barn doors. It's a very interesting design. And so basically here we have the S30, and with it you can get the, this is basically a lens in a sense. Projection snout, if you will. This projection snout you would basically mount by moving this on one side and then just sliding this thing in here. And it's pretty secure in its place, although personally to me it just somehow looks a bit flimsy because I don't see any ways to lock it. But yeah, it just stays in its place, so I guess it's fine. Now you would either mount it like so, while this being mounted on ceiling or something up high, or on the other way around, where you would have it on some sort of a tripod. Either way, the whole point of this projection is these lenses. Here we have the 85mm lens. This is 85mm 2.8 lens, and yes, it would be good for portrait, but you cannot really use it. You also can get f2.2 150 and 30 and 63mm, sorry, 2.4. Now all that you can get with this, there's quite a few extensions. Here we have this is sort of a ND filter. This is the SA05, if you want to look for it. Basically you have ND filters like this, which you would mount it in, I'll show later in what. This is basically like just a general ND filter, but you also have ND filters like this, the graduate ones. As you can see, I hope it's a lot more denser here than here, and obviously there's nothing here. You also have something like this, a bit more finer like this one, or a just really big one like this. Also have a one free slot here. You could use it for many things, and you do get a lot more accessories with the Godox S30. And let's go over some of those. Now with this we do have here a lot more things. Now here we have basically color gels. We have two sets here. I will just show you a picture of all of these gels right now, because I'm not about to go over all of these colors. Now then here we have the SA10. Now this is for mounting those ND filters that I showed you earlier. Basically you would mount the ND filters inside here. You unscrew this, you slot the ND filter or maybe even a gel, and basically you just use that. Also there's, before we go over that, there are these types of open it. Here are, well, basically like patterns that you can do. Now personally I see these mostly being used for like music videos and things of that nature, rather than some more of a serious type of shoots. Especially this one, because it's kind of undetermined, it's just specs. Also there's one that I don't have here, it's just one line. That's pretty difficult to do in using any other method, so I think that's one that's like really useful. Unfortunately I don't have it in this set. Now here we have this is SA06. Now this is like an aperture. As you can see there's loads of aperture blades and I'm not about to count it, but it gives you a pretty nice and smooth circle. Basically one issue that I see with this is that they didn't combine the SA06 and SA10. Basically you could just have this and then just have an addition to place all of the filters and all of the cutouts and all of that, and you will have one thing, and then you would be able to use both SA06 and SA10's function in one, because you cannot use this with the SA10. That's kind of, I don't know, I would like to see that new model basically. Then also here we have, this is SA07. Now with this you could get a nice and straight line, but it would be a lot easier with the cutout. Also you could possibly make your own cutouts. That's an interesting thought. Although I don't think that making it out of cardboard would be particularly useful. Now with these you could make those straight lines as I've mentioned earlier. And you have 4 of these. And that's about all of the additions. Now when it comes to placing all of these things that I've shown you, you do have gels which go just basically would slide it in here, or actually rather moving this aside and then putting them in here, or you do have this bit here where you could mount them as well. Those square ones, I think it would be easier just to plop them in here. Now when it comes to these things, you were supposed to just move it in here, and there is basically this spring and it holds it in place, and then you could move it one way and the other. Now in order to turn the whole thing on, when it comes to commands, here we have on and off switch. Then here we have basically you would select the power. Now I'm gonna try to show you here. Here we have the aperture. As you can see, it's pretty easy to use. Now when it comes to the focus, as you can see, moving this bit here, you adjust focus basically depending how far away is your subject. With the gels, obviously you can color it, and as you can see on the video, there's really no flicker. Now when it comes to how loud it is, let me show you. Now as you can hear, when I put the mic right next to it, it is pretty loud, but as you probably notice, right now I'm still talking and you cannot really hear the fan on this recording. Now when I put it right next to it, as you can hear, it does seem to be pretty loud, but in all reality it's nowhere near as loud as it had sounded previously. So that's about it. You're watching Leet. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.